so now what happens with this? And it was that Lois was like, I'm still in love with Superman. You were kind of a thing, but then at that point Batman had already fallen in love with Lois and was like, okay, now I'm like,
it's brilliant. I want to see that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
One day.
That's super cool.
But so
y'all kill me with these vague fucking statements. What you trying to say?
So I got this video clip on my inbox and people were hitting me up saying, Truth, did you hear? It's confirmed. Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 or Part 3. It's happening, bro. It's happening. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I look at my inbox, I look at this clip, and nowhere did I see anywhere near a confirmation of Zack Snyder saying that he's going to continue Justice League Part 2 and Part 3. He just said one day. Which, by the way, doesn't actually refer to Justice League 2 and Part 3 happening. It just actually refers to that plot point being explained one day, maybe in an autobiography or something.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
And this is the back and forth of, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, it is going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. It's just like, bro, let me tell you something right now. Warner Brothers, I've said this before, and I will say it again and again and again and again, because some of you, it's like talking to a brick wall. Warner Brothers is not going to fund a $200 million project that was, number one, not well received by critics, number two, not well received by the general audience, and number three, and this is the most important thing, is not financially viable. It just is what it is. Man of Steel, BVS, they lost the studio money. I did a video on this. What was it like 2 weeks ago or something like that, where it showed that Batman actually made more profit. Robert Pattinson's Batman, the Batman movie, NyQuil Man, that movie made more profit for the studio than Man of Steel and BVS. Let me say that one more time. The Batman, NyQuil Man, made more profit for the studio. That's the most important key here, for the studio, making the studio money, than both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. And that is why you're getting a reboot, and that is why Warner Brothers is not going to fund $200 million. I said this before. If they could do a Zack Snyder Justice League, make it a comic book or make an animated movie. Because by the time we get to a Justice League Part 2 and Part 3, it's just like, what? That's going to be, what, 2040? 2045? Not to mention James Gunn's DCU running concurrently. Like, David Zaslav hired James Gunn to rework everything for the DCU because the DCEU under Zack Snyder, unfortunately, wasn't working. It wasn't working. And that was two things. Number one, Zack Snyder's take on these characters wasn't suitable for the general audience. And number two, the Warner Brothers executives at that time were fucking idiots. So it was just a bad combination. If you want to make an animated movie, make an animated movie. You want to make a comic book series, make a comic book series. Because that's the only way this is going to continue. That's the only way this is going to continue, if ever. And not to mention, you have that whole fiasco with Ray Fisher and Alan Tudyk, who, by the way, Alan Tudyk was just hired by James Gunn to do Creature Commandos with that whole Joss Whedon spit. So not to mention, also, that James Gunn is going to oversee Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 and Part 3. So you think James Gunn is going to work with Ray Fisher or vice versa with all the bad blood? And also, not to mention, why the fuck would Henry Cavill come back to play Superman when he was just utterly embarrassed by the entire world by Warner Brothers? You think Henry Cavill wants to come back to play Superman after the embarrassment that he just suffered? Hey everyone, I'm back as Superman. Hey everyone, I'm fired. It's like, what? And not to mention also, Ben Affleck says, no, I don't want to do Batman anymore. I don't want to do these superhero shit. I want to do my own shit. And also, not to mention that by the time we get to James Gunn's Justice League, it'll be what, 2029, 2030? So where do you expect Zack Snyder's Justice League to fit in? Huh? 2050? 2055? When all the actors are old? It's not going to happen, bro. It's just not. It's just not going to happen. There's too many things against it, and there's too much bad blood. By the way, also, if you don't know, James Gunn and Jared Leto also have a problem with each other. So there's that. And all these people saying pedo gun, pedo gun. Hello, morons. Who do you think will oversee Zack Snyder's Justice League? Oh, that's right, pedo gun. So clearly you don't want Zack Snyder working under a pedo like James Gunn, right? It's not happening. Let it go. It's done. It's over. Mwah. Big kiss.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.